Hello folks, welcome to another video. It is cold outside. Get the little heater out, get the water out of the way so it's not so cold that even the heater won't help. Got the water, got the iced coffee ready to drink. This one's actually a product of Thailand. Crack it. Alright, so today I saw this online. The cigar I'll be smoking is Juarez, and I don't know if it's made in Mexico, but it is called Juarez. It's got a picture of a bull with a crown on top of the bull. More than likely it's probably made in the Dominican or Nicaragua, and it does have the nice strong cigar scent. Let me get it. Oh yeah, this is a strong cigar. It's got the bitter, nice strong aroma. Nice. It has actually a pretty nice aroma. Nice strong aroma. Nice strong bitter taste. Even with the coffee still in my mouth. So I start off with some smoking news. So supposedly the FDA released a report. So what they did was they took pipe smokers and cigar smokers and kind of separated them from the smoking crowd. And what their data shows is that people who smoke one bowl of pipe, or pipe smokers who smoke one bowl to 4 bowls a day, this is a day, had 0 chance of mouth and throat cancer. So wow, that's this is from the FDA. Same for cigar smokers, people who smoke about 1 to 2 cigars a day, which is about most of us. So 1 to 2 cigars a day, again, had zero chance of getting mouth and throat cancer. So I was like, hey, that's good news, and this is from the FDA. It's like some good news out of all this. So in political, and I should have wrote this down. So I'm out here smoking. It's cold. I'm smoking. My brain's not quite remembering what I was going to talk about. Yeah, but this cigar has definitely got a strong cigar. Definitely got a bitter taste to it. Again, I don't know who makes Juarez. I saw it online. So when I was at that cigar store that I mentioned in the other video, I saw this. Hey, they got Juarez here. Let me buy at least 1 stick. Before I plop down money for a 5 count or a 10 count. No, I don't have my Trump hat on. Not a huge cap or hat fan. Maybe if I'm out working out the yard, it's summertime, I wear my hat that a bird has decided to make into his bird nest. Yeah, so pretty much Trump pretty much won. It's just a question of it's just going to take time to get everything lined up. Like I said, it's going to take time to put all the pieces of the puzzle together, because this isn't something that's going to be done overnight. It's not something that's going to be done 1 week or 2 weeks. It's going to take a month. I've been telling folks, hey, this is going to go into December. Before we see any results, any major flips. Because I think the main thing they're trying to do is, I guess Dominion software that's made by this guys down in Venezuela to help Chavez and Maduro. And of course Chavez was in office from 2001 to 2012 before he got I think he was killed, and then Maduro came into office. I guess that's the only way you're going to get rid of a dictator, is to kill him, or he dies of old age like Castro. Then unfortunately another dictator moves into his spot. In this case Castro's son. And of course people are joking. They're like, not joking about, hey, even dictators give at least 1% to their opposition. The Democrats, when they went into the Dominion software machine, didn't even give 1% to Trump. They gave like 100% of the votes to Biden. Ooh, this is a strong cigar. So I'll probably smoke it down to where the band is at, and I like this. The band about this size is what I like. I don't like I don't really care for the foot band. Yeah, it looks fancy. I don't really care for the big bands. Dogs. So one dog's trying to go out, one dog's trying to come in, so now they're butting heads at the door. And of course, as I mentioned in the other video, so pretty much all of the big Democrat states, California and New York, is following with their lockdowns. So basically, pretty much Thanksgiving. So if you live in New York and California, Thanksgiving and Christmas is pretty much canceled in your state. And of course, people, including myself, are joking. Hey, these people just, if they have a relative in a red state, they'll just go there for Thanksgiving or for Christmas. I've already told my relatives in California, hey, don't bother coming to visit me here in Texas. You're not welcome. Cause I try explaining to those guys, and hopefully the camera isn't focusing in and out, because I don't have the cap on. I don't have the flag in the back, because I think that's what was causing the autofocus. Come on, dog. What are you doing? These old hound dogs. Yeah, this is a nice, I think it's a 5.5 by 50 gauge. So yes, and keep yourself hydrated. Yeah, so Governor Newsom, speaking of California, of course he put out the lockdown mandate. And of course, being a hypocrite he is, the liberal elites are all hypocrites. He goes to Napa Valley, some place called the French Laundry, which is like of course Napa Valley is where all of the liberal elites go to hang out or buy their homes. They're $10-20 million Napa Valley homes. So of course he goes to this restaurant in Napa Valley called the French Laundry, which is like a high society restaurant. Breaking, he's telling people, hey, you can't, because you guys can't mass gather. It was no more than 2 per household. If you go to someone else's house, it's going to be, I guess, 2 of you from that household that can go to this other house. So here he is going to this restaurant, with all these people inside. He and his liberal elite buddies are all in this restaurant. Same for Nancy Pelosi. She had like some like huge, I guess, congratulation or welcome party for the new. Democrats lost seats. But she basically had a some sort of a congratulations party for the Democrat House members. And it was a huge, 100 people type party gathering, and here they are coming out talking about no mass gatherings, social distancing, mask. It's been what, 7 months since they've finally came out and said, hey man, everyone's got to wear a mask. Because at first, back in like December and January, when it was first hitting Europe, because China was before that, when it was hitting Europe. And I was one of those that came out and said, hey, look, man, This is the height of the flu season. You know, if you're coughing, you think you're sick, you know, wear a mask. If you go outside, yeah, because if you look over in Asia, they don't have a mask mandate. You know, Japan, South Korea, even China, you know, Taiwan, Vietnam. Yeah, and these are big population country. You know, Japan is about 130 million. You know, Vietnam is about 100, close to 100 million people. South Korea, I don't know what I think their population is somewhere around 50 million. And of course, China, 1.5 billion. And as President Trump stated, you know, the Chinese managed to pretty much keep the Wuhan, you know, the Wuhan plague in Wuhan. You know, it may have gotten out, but any flare-ups occur, they kind of, you know, douse it out. And of course, you know, with Rand Paul, you know, he came out yesterday and he's like, hey, you know, all the people who all the people who are infected, you're now immune. You know, you can go around, you know, no mask on. You know, go out, go celebrate, go out, you know, go have a go have a I guess what you call this is you know, go enjoy the holiday season. There you go. No, get out, go enjoy the holiday season. You don't need mask anymore. You are immune. And of course, the MSN rebuttal was, oh, well, you can get reinfected. So I was watching Crowder, and of course, they pulled this up from the WHO, you know, the World Health Organization, which, so per WHO, there's 52 million people infected worldwide. And of known cases, there's only been 4 known cases of people who've been reinfected. So you know, I'll take my chances. And I've been saying too, if the majority of us, let's say, you know, 280 million of us get tested, guarantee you 90% of us will show positive for coronavirus. And if that's the case, then you know, you don't need no mask mandate. You don't need 6 feet. We can just pretty much go on and live normally. And of course, here in the West, especially here in the U.S. with the Democrats, you know, they're using, you know, especially with the liberal Democrat elites, you know, the governors of the Democrat states, you know, they're using coronavirus as a tool of control. They don't really care for your health, and you know, they're locking down the blue states again. And the worst part is the liberals who live there are cheering it, like, yay, we're locking down again. You know, bring on the lockdowns. Let's close down more businesses. Let's close down more restaurants. And yes, in my area here, there's tons and tons of storefronts that are empty right now. There's one restaurant that I guess closed down, but someone else took it over. But other than that, it's you know, the big box stores, they're doing good. They're actually doing excellent. The mom and pop stores, restaurants are all closing down. Those who I guess were lucky and were able to do takeout, or they had a drive-through. They were able to do drive-through. I guess there's some. Of course, here in Texas, we are pretty much open. I just, hope that Governor Abbott will go ahead and just lift this mask mandate. You know, as I've been saying, if the store, I need to puff more. This is a slow burning cigar. I'm not puffing any much, but you can see the smoke coming off of the cigar, so it's burning nicely. But if a store or the restaurant, which is stupid because when you're eating you got the mask off, when you're drinking you got the mask off. Same with a cigar store. when you're smoking the cigar, you got your mask off, but while you're in there, while you first walk in, before you go sit down and you take out because you can bring your own, because the I guess the bigger one, like the Cigar International stores, there's one in Dallas, one in Fort Worth. You can bring your own cigar; they don't care. You just can't bring your own booze. You can bring your own cigar. You can bring your own water. You can bring your own Coke. The only thing you cannot, it's not BYOB. Not bring your own beer or bring your own drink. Yeah, because they want you to order, a beer or a cocktail or a mixed drink from them. So a lot of times I'll normally go there and buy a cigar from them and sit down and smoke. But I'm like, this is stupid. I'm coming in here to smoke a cigar. You telling me I gotta keep my mask on until I actually get ready to smoke the cigar. And you got like 20 other people in there, 20, 30 other people, who are, just smoking it up with no mask on. And you're worried about the guy just walking in from outside. Yeah, so hopefully Governor Abbott lifts this mask mandate and make it a, depending on the store or the business that you visit. And yes, I am seeing knuckleheads driving around in their cars with a mask on, walking around outside with a mask on. If you're under 50, CDC, even Fauci, the fake Dr. Fauci, have said you have a 99.98 chance of surviving if you're under 50. And if you're like 50, between 50 and 70 is like 84% chance of surviving. 84% is still pretty damn high. If I'm going to Vegas, if I'm going to a blackjack table, roulette table, a slot, and I'm being given an 84% chance of winning, I take it any day. It's not a bad cigar. Yeah, I bet you this is made in Dominican. It's probably got like the Dominican wrappers, probably Nicaraguan binders or fillers. Yeah, and that's the thing. Speaking of Juarez, the for life president of China, Xi, he hasn't called and congratulated Biden yet because that dude knows a thing or two about cheating. Hell, he was. So supposedly with Xi, he, I guess he's a son of a farmer. I guess there's on one of President Trump's campaign speech, he mentioned somebody. I guess somebody was in our government when he was younger. He was over in China, and supposedly he met this farmer, and it happens to be Xi. And like I mentioned, the CCP, you actually have to join up with the CCP. They don't you don't automatically get a CCP membership just for being born in China. So now he's like the lifetime president of China, which they don't have a they're communists, so they don't have a constitution. So he just like Putin, declared himself lifetime presidents. And of course, Lopez, the president of Mexico, hasn't called and congratulated Biden yet, because again, Lopez, just like Xi, he knows a thing or two about cheating. Yeah, so things are beginning to the pieces of the puzzles are beginning to come together. And the doomers, the gloomers and doomers. I guess if you're online, which I guess most of you who watch the video probably are online, you have the Trump supporters. Yes, and you can actually go. I think it is online. Supposedly Biden's executive orders to undo President Trump's executive order. I haven't looked. Of course, one of them is $50,000 college tuition forgiveness. That is, of course, going to, means you and I, the taxpayers, are going to be the one paying, for these people's $50,000 tuition forgiveness. And the thing is that the majority of these folks who have these high ass college tuitions are kids who comes from well-to-do families. And of course, if you owe $200,000, and even if family's well-to-do, $20,000 is still a lot of money. With the 67% of college students being women, majority of them graduating with gender studies degree, Afrocentric studies degree, German dance degree or Russian dance degrees. And yes, and I'm not joking. Had a place where I used to work had a co-buddy or a co-worker. He wasn't exactly a buddy. He's just some guy that, because you do have co-workers who are actually your buddies outside of work too. You can call them co-buddies. I don't know. Maybe that might be a new word. So we were all, the network at work went down. So we're all just kind of standing around, shooting the breeze. One guy's like, yeah, man, my son's 18. He's about to graduate. I'm hoping he gets a scholarship, to help pay for some of the college. And yes, we are blue-collar office workers. We're not going to have $100,000, $20,000 laying around to send our kids to college. Most of us are either going to. Most of us did go to JC or went to a tech school to learn about computers. And of course later on you feel like going and finish off your computer degree. But anyways, so he's like, man, you know what happened? So I got a knock on the door. I go to open and it's my eldest it's my eldest daughter. She's got all of her bags with her. And I was like, whoa. So the daughter's coming back home from college. And he's like, so he was like, yeah, it seems that way. He's like, he wouldn't let her in, but of course, I guess his wife wears the pants in the family. So his wife overruled him, let her in. He's like, no, you ain't coming in. He's like, then my wife overruled me. Like, okay, man, we know who wears the pants in the family. And then we sort of asked her, like, so what, so did she get a degree? He goes, oh yeah, man. And of course he's talking proudly. Yeah, man, she got two degrees. Well, she's got 2 degrees. One was interpretive dancing. And then we're like, so what's the other degree? Gender studies. And I knew what it was. The other guys were kind of puzzled. They're like, what's gender study? And he's like, I don't know what gender study is. I knew what it was. Yeah, so his daughter's now about $120,000 in debt for 2 degrees. That's worthless. Interpretive dancing and gender studies. Now she's got to move back home with mom and dad. Last I spoke with them, she was working at some boutique, making minimum wage. And that, well, there you go. It's a nice cherry at the end there. And before I left the company, I remember him. He was saying, "Oh man, I can't wait for my daughter to get out of the house. She's got dance recitals to go to, and hopefully they hire her." And I kind of spoke offhandedly to the guys, like, "Are they paying more than the boutique?" He kind of looked at me like, "Oh shit, I don't know." It was a realization. I guess he kind of touch it up. I guess, yeah, me asking him that, made him realize, oh yeah, I doubt this. But then he said, well, at least she'll be doing something that she likes. I was like, yeah, at least she'll be doing something that she likes. But it won't be paying more than that. It won't be paying more than that boutique job she's got. So she'll probably be working there and doing the dance gig, which probably won't be paying at all. Because a lot of those, because I knew in college there's some girls who were doing dance gigs on the side, and a lot of them were like voluntary. Yeah, they're like, no, we're doing this as volunteers to get. I guess in college, if you do it voluntary, you get college credit, or you can get what's called that. What is that? Just trying to think of intern credit. But this, you've already graduated, you're out of college, and I can tell you, being a dancer professionally, and unless you make it like Paula Abdul, where you become like a dance instructor for some super famous New York school where people are paying hundreds of thousands to attend. So I thought that was a bit funny. So no, I don't support Biden's $50,000 college tuition forgiveness, because basically what it's going to do is it's going to cause the price of college tuition to inflate even more. That's going to be and of course, this is the typical way that Democrats and liberals tend to try to solve problems, is just throw money at it and pray, I guess pray to their atheist God that that throwing money at it fixes it. This is a good cigar. It is a bit strong, so make sure you have some red meat for dinner before trying this cigar. It looks almost like a Maduro. Nice dark oily wrapper. It's a very bitter, very strong aroma. Of course, it's kind of windy. So the wind's blowing all of the smoke away. But it's got I guess what people describe as the coffee. I should have wrote down what I was going to discuss. Well, it's just shooting the breeze on the porch, so I guess. But yeah, so at this point, oh yes, and the Congress, I'm pretty sure it was the Republican Congress members, sent a notice to the Office of General Administration, letting them know that there is no such office as the office of the president-elect. There is no such office as the office of president-elect. So whatever title it is they're giving Biden right now, there's no such office. They can call him that. The MSN can call him that. People can call him, president-elect all they want. There's no such title officially. There's no such office. And of course, Biden is doing things that got General Flynn, put in jail, and he finally got his retrial where he was found innocent, which is basically the Logan Act. So basically, if you are not if you're not or if you are about to be in an office of the government, and you're dealing with foreign governments, before entering that office, you could be jailed for it under the Logan Act. And if you watch Biden's news briefing today, yes, the guy was stumbling his way through it. I don't think he didn't have any teleprompters, because this was just him answering questions from the fake news. He was stumbling his way through it. There was a section where he, I guess Hills Up Harris was kind of behind him off camera. And he was going, well, my vice president, and yeah, she's still on the Senate Intelligence Committee, which she should be resigning if she thinks that they actually won, because that is a conflict of interest if she's still residing in that seat, because she is part of the Senate Intelligence Committee. So he turns around and goes, well, my vice president here gets all of the intel briefing. I don't. I'm like, okay, man. That does not sound very very resounding or very commanding. Yeah, and then towards the end of his briefing, he was literally mumbling. I was like, what the hell? He's like, he's going. I was like, okay, man. You know, someone's going to have to come out and grab him by the arm. This away, Biden. Or the people in his ears are the people who, he's got the mic in his ear, so the people is probably yelling in his ear, and he's like, he's trying to listen and mumble at the same time. Yeah, so basically now, I guess I'll close it on this. We just got to be patient. It's going to be a few more weeks. Like I said, it's going to be into December before, if there is going to be a flip or anything positive coming from the Trump, anything really positive other than, hey, we got all these evidence, we got these court cases, so it's going to be, and we'll see come November 29th. The trucker strike is basically the yellow vest. It's going to be the yellow vest version in the U.S. I don't know if it's going to be like across the country, or they're just going to do, trucker strikes in in LA, Portland, Seattle, New York, or if it's just going to be across country. Like, hey, on the 29th, on November 29th, no truck will be doing any delivery. They will be, no trucks will be idling, in the parking lot. No groceries will be delivered. No parts will be delivered. And I don't know if it's going to be for the 29th, or they're going to do it for like a whole week. Yeah, so you got to be patient. Wait until the beginning. The first week of December is when you'll see something definite. It's like, okay, we're flipping this, and it's already happening. If you're looking, because when Trump lawyers are coming out and they're speaking with the MSN, whether it be CNN, Fox, or whatever. What the tidbits they're giving us is that it's just tidbits, and it's just the tip of the iceberg. The evidence that they have underneath. Because when you see an iceberg, that's like 10%. 90% of the iceberg is underneath. So 90% of the evidence that they're gathering, they're not telling us. Yes, they're telling us, hey man, we got this Dominion software, we got this hammer and scorecard. That's just 10%. The other 90% is, okay, we're doing this, and this. To Dominion, we're doing this, and this to the hammer and scorecard. And these 10 things are what we found out. And I haven't really looked into Trump's 2018 executive order for foreign interference in U.S. Election. If it like voids the election and there's a re-election, or if it's found that the foreign interference is for one party, the other party wins. But it is in full effect. It basically, when Sidney Powell spoke, I heard her wrong. I thought she said that they can't do anything with the executive order till 45 days after. But it turns out they have 45 days from the day of the election. So from November 3rd, they got 45 days where that presidential executive order is in effect. And believe me, they're using every hour of it. Some more of this Tasco. Tasco, isn't it a Tasco? Tasco Extra Blend. I think Tasco is overseas. I know they're in England. Original Tasco, original blend, iced coffee. But I don't think this is the Tasco. I don't think this is the same Tasco as the Tasco that's over in Europe. They're basically the equivalent of like a Walmart over here. Yeah, this cigar is nice, and it's staying lit. Cause I'm not even puffing it that much, but it's still staying lit. So yeah, and it's been in the humidor for almost a week since I got it from the cigar store. So it's not a bad cigar. This is about the perfect size. 5-inch, 5.5 by 50. Definitely recommend this cigar. Yes, and of course, the U.S. military confiscated some Dominion, I guess, servers and software, and I guess some company in Germany. So it seems, I guess, the data goes to Canada, then it went to some company in Spain, then from there it went to that company that's in Germany. So that's why the U.S. military, confiscated the. Hey, don't ask me how they did it. They just walked in and said, "Hey, we're taking this. What you gonna do about it?" And I'm pretty sure the company's like, "Yes, please take it, Mr. Military." Yes, and I forget, there was some 3-star general that Charlie Kirk was interviewing, and this guy's been around, and he has, when he was the general, he has like that, he had like the highest clearance that a government official could have, which is basically, yes, yes, UFOs are real, kind of a clearance. He had UFO level clearance. We're talking I guess X-Files. He was like, with all this evidence, all this data that's coming out, he's like, I'm 90% positive, 90% sure that Trump will get reelected. Then he said, but it's not going to be something that's going to be, a week or two. It's going to take weeks. Yeah, so I believe it's going to take weeks to iron out all this evidence, iron out all of the affidavits, like I say, put the puzzle together, and we'll see. We'll see if it goes to the Congressional House vote, or if it goes to the Scottish Supreme Court of the United States, where Clarence Thomas is waiting, cracking his knuckle. And of course there's the Release the Kraken. And for those of you who are not familiar, if you're hearing the Release the Kraken being spouted around the internet, so basically Sidney Powell was doing an interview on Fox, and I forget who. I think it's that I forget her name. But she's the lady that's got the kind of weird looking, kind of to me she would look like a younger Barbara Walters. But yeah, some young folks watching, who the hell is Barbara Walters? Well, anyways, so she's doing an interview with her, and she mentioned we're going to release the Kraken. And that's where, of course, releasing the Kraken means we're going to unleash, all of this evidence that we found, and it's going to be, and it's going to be big. Yeah, and so that's where the Release the Kraken came from. All right, well, that's it. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your smoke. So if you smoke once a day, twice a day with your cigar, and I don't know of anyone who chain smokes cigars. I know that there are guys who smoke in the morning, lunchtime, and at dinner time. So that's about 3 cigars a day. You probably get away with it. But if you just smoke one time during dinner time, or smoke on the weekends, or smoke on a special occasion, you're good. You ain't gonna get mouth cancer. You're not gonna get throat cancer. Per the FDA, I don't know if you can even trust the FDA. But if they're saying it, and their research is saying it. So that's good news right there. So go pick up some sticks. Try this Juarez. This one I think is a Maduro, and I think they only have Maduros. And you know, if you really like it, you can get a Churchill size, you know, or Presidente size. Or if you like a big gauge, you can get a Gordo size. But the Corona size is what I like. Or Toro is okay too. Yeah, and I'm almost done. Talking and smoking, inhale smoke. Well, that's it. I do thank you for watching. And until the next one, or until, you know, hopefully there is. No, Friday is normally slow news day because everyone's winding down for the weekend. So hopefully something pops off, you know, tomorrow or Thursday. And, you know, maybe I have something to, or if the weather. I don't think the weather's gonna warm up anytime soon, so I probably won't be out doing a whole lot of smoking, a whole lot of video. So this might be the last one for a long time. And I'll still be doing my shaving video. I forgot I had one more shave soap that I purchased, and I kind of forgot because I stuck it in the back shelf, and I found it. Hey, I just remember I ordered this. I guess I'll do a video on it. And yes, and if there is a flip, you'll be seeing me doing a shave video with the 1776 shave soap that I've had, and I guess I'll close it on that one. Yeah. Now as for that shave soap, they should have really made it a tobacco and leather scent. You know, instead of a clean soapy scent. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure the founding fathers weren't clean soapy smelling. You know, I'm pretty sure those guys they smoked. That's why I mentioned, you know, making a tobacco scent. You know, back then a lot of the furnitures, a lot of the clothings were made of leather. So you know George Washington, you know, Samuel Adams, Thomas Jefferson, you know, Benjamin Franklin, they all probably smelled of tobacco and leather. Whoop, there it goes. Looks like yeah, the cherry is even smaller this time, so I need to puff more. So I'll just well, that's it. I'll finish smoking this up, and thank you for watching.